Daytime television has been shaken by one of its most explosive scandals yet. In a stunning turn of events, veteran co-host Joy Behar has officially departed The View amid a storm of backlash, legal battles, and social media chaos. But what could possibly drive out one of the most outspoken and endearing figures in daytime TV? Brace yourself, because this story is packed with controversy, irony, and plenty of finger-pointing. Let's unravel the jaw-dropping details behind Behar's shocking exit and why the gossip mill is in overdrive. Fiery exchanges, Joy Behar made a comment that left everyone stunned. While discussing Carol Leavitt, the newly appointed White House press secretary under Donald Trump's administration, Behar suggested that Leavitt secured the position solely because of her looks. Yes, you heard that right.
Karoline Leavitt, she's just 27 years old, but boy, was she giving it to the Trump haters in her first White House briefing.
Ouch, that wasn't just a low blow, it was a full dive into controversy. Now let's put things into perspective. At just 27, Carol Leavitt is the youngest person ever to serve as White House press secretary. Despite her age, she boasts an impressive resume, having worked as a communications director for high-profile Republican campaigns, and even serving in Trump's first administration. But instead of acknowledging her credentials, Behar reduced her to nothing more than her appearance. Her remark didn't just ruffle feathers, it ignited a firestorm. The backlash was immediate. Audience members gasped, and even some of Behar's co-hosts appeared visibly uncomfortable. Alyssa Farah Griffin, a former Trump administration staffer, was quick to push back, pointing out that this wasn't Leavitt's first job, just her first press briefing. And if the live reaction was intense, the online response was even more explosive. Social media erupted with criticism from across the political spectrum. Fans and critics alike slammed the hypocrisy of Behar's comment, especially given her long history of advocating for feminism and women's empowerment. One user wrote, "If a Republican said anything remotely like that, they'd be crucified." Another added, "Joy Behar just proved once again that The View only supports women who think like them."
Because she said
this slide. Instead of responding with a simple statement, she went straight for the jugular, filing a lawsuit against Behar for defamation and character assassination. According to the legal complaint, Behar's comments weren't just false. They were malicious, deliberately intended to damage Leavitt's reputation in the public eye. This lawsuit wasn't just a shockwave, it was a direct hit to both Behar and ABC, the network behind The View.
Without that wokeness, you might not have that job.
Yeah.
Because women were not invited to that table.
Behind the scenes, chaos was reportedly erupting at ABC. Executives scrambled to decide how to handle the fallout. Should they issue a public apology, suspend Behar, or take the nuclear option and cut ties with her entirely? Meanwhile, tensions were high among The View's staff. Some rushed to Behar's defense, while others quietly acknowledged that the situation had spiraled out of control. It's no secret that Behar has been at the center of controversy before, but this time, the stakes were much higher. With a lawsuit looming and public backlash reaching a fever pitch, ABC found itself backed into a corner. Had been locked in emergency meetings for days leading up to Behar's departure. Sources within the network claimed that panic had set in, with some fearing the lawsuit could spiral into an even bigger reputational crisis for ABC. While the network has weathered backlash before over The View's often polarizing content, this scandal was different. It carried serious legal implications. One insider described the atmosphere as tense and chaotic, with executives walking on eggshells, struggling to balance internal loyalty to Behar against the mounting external pressure to take action. Controversy wasn't just brewing at the executive level. Behind the scenes at The View *, staffers were reportedly divided into two camps. Some remained fiercely loyal to Behar, arguing that while her comment may have been inappropriate, the backlash was overblown. Others, however, felt she had crossed a serious line, especially given her stance on supporting women's achievements. One anonymous staffer allegedly told an outlet, "This isn't the first time Joy has put us in hot water, but this time it feels like there's no way to recover." The division reportedly created a toxic work environment, with whispers circulating about whether other co-hosts could also face fallout from the scandal. Adding another layer of complexity was the question of ABC's liability in the lawsuit. Legal experts weighed in across news outlets, debating whether Behar's remarks met the threshold for defamation. Some argued that Leavitt's case had a strong foundation given the personal and specific nature of Behar's comments. Others suggested that proving malice, a crucial element in defamation cases involving public figures, could be challenging. Regardless, the legal battle ahead is shaping up to be a messy one, with ABC potentially caught in the crossfire. As one expert noted, even if the network tries to distance itself from Behar, the fact that they allowed the comment to air could make them partially responsible in the eyes of a jury.
Karoline Leavitt is the press secretary at the White House, doing a great job. Such a great job that the ladies of The View feel the green monster coming upon them.
Carol Leavitt remained in the spotlight after the controversy. In an interview with a conservative outlet, she called Behar's comments sexist and unprofessional. Leavitt defended her credentials, emphasizing that she earned her role as press secretary. Her response energized supporters, who praised her for standing her ground. Then came the shocking news. ABC confirmed Joy Behar's departure from The View. The announcement just days after Leavitt's lawsuit fueled speculation that she was pushed out. ABC's statement was vague, saying Behar decided to step away, but insiders claimed executives forced her out to protect the show. Public reaction was mixed. Some celebrated, saying it was time Behar faced consequences. Others questioned why The View was still on air. Meanwhile, longtime fans saw her exit as a result of political pressure, arguing ABC caved to outside influences. Conservative commentators viewed it as a rare instance of accountability in what they see as a biased media landscape.
They really don't like this woman. She's a good communicator. And so Joy Behar just offered her analysis on why Leavitt was picked for the role.
The irony is hard to ignore. Joy Behar built her reputation as a champion of women's rights, often criticizing others for dismissive remarks about women, yet with one comment, she contradicted everything she claimed to stand for. The hypocrisy hasn't gone unnoticed, with many pointing out that her remark about Leavitt was exactly the kind of rhetoric she spent her career condemning. So what does this mean for The View? The show now stands at a crossroads. Behar was a defining voice, and her absence leaves a noticeable void. ABC must decide whether to replace her with another outspoken liberal or introduce a more balanced panel with a conservative perspective. Either way, The View faces an uphill battle to regain public trust and credibility. As for Joy Behar, her future remains uncertain. Will she fight the lawsuit to clear her name or quietly step away, leaving behind a legacy as one of daytime TV's most polarizing figures? And what about Karoline Leavitt? Suing Behar has certainly raised her profile, but it also places her at the center of a media frenzy. Will this legal battle strengthen her case, or could it backfire?
But even factoring in that she's a nice looking lady, I love that the Liv's attacks on conservatives right now are that we're hot and cool.
One thing is certain, this drama is far from over. The fallout from Behar's exit and the ongoing lawsuit will likely dominate headlines for weeks, if not months. With public trust in mainstream media already low, this controversy could be a turning point for The View. Can the show recover, or is this the beginning of the end for one of television's most iconic talk shows? Did ABC make the right call by letting Joy Behar go, or was she unfairly pushed out? And can The View survive without one of its most infamous hosts? Share your thoughts in the comments and stay tuned for more updates on this explosive scandal. There's plenty more to come.